All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to D's Divinity, D's Divine Tarot. Thank you for joining in with me today. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome back to all the former subscribers and welcome to all the new subscribers. Once again, thank you all for joining in with me today. As you see from the title of the video, we're going to go ahead and jump into this beautiful, healing, nurturing, feminine energy, okay? This week, we're switching it up just slightly, mainly with the decks, and we are going to utilize the Divine Feminine deck by Megan Watterson to get the overall goddess, I guess, if you will, that you can potentially call upon and utilize. And then we'll use the Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco to see what messages these goddesses have for us to work on or to heal or to focus on or what have you, okay? The message they want to bring to our awareness. Before we get into this, it should go without saying, please check the description box for any information that you may want or need to know. As it states in the description box, these readings are intended to be timeless. Time and energy are fluid, meaning you could have already gone through this, you may currently be going through this, and or this may be a prophetic message if you decide to embrace and embody the energy or advice that Spirit has for you within the reading or readings, okay? Please use your free will and discernment. Interestingly enough, discernment came out during pre-shuffle, okay? I believe it was Freya, if I'm not mistaken. What else do I need to tell you? I don't know, I just lost my whole train of thought. Yeah, use your free will and discernment. Be self-aware, self-accountable. I'm not responsible for the way that you interpret or receive the messages that I have to offer. You know, take what resonates, let the rest go and fly. Maybe a message for somebody else. You know, I may not even be talking to you or about you. I may be talking to someone to whom you're closely connected, friend, family, or foe. I don't know. All right? Don't shoot the messenger. If the shoe don't fit, don't force it, right? We're going to be talking about them feet, them toes, nor them currents hurt, because I didn't do what you did, baby. Always be self-aware. I do not subscribe to gender roles. Obviously, we're speaking more of the divine femininity within us anyway. So, you know, but depending on if masculine energy comes through heavy, you know, I may say he, she in reference to that, but whatever. We all have it within us, so it really doesn't matter, okay? I think that is all that I needed to say. Yeah, so without further ado, let's go. Let's get into this, shall we? First and foremost, I want to thank you to the Most High, angels, ancestors, spirit guides. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your presence. Thank you for allowing me to be a clear and open channel. Thank you for using me as a vessel to bring forth the messages straight, no chaser. Thank you, thank you, thank you for my gifts. Thank you for using me. Thank you for the voice. Thank you for my tongue. Thank you for the insight, the wisdom, the knowledge. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All these blessings I ask and give the utmost thanks. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right, so let's see what our divine feminines have to tell us today. Let's see who's coming through for us today. Who is gracing our presence today? Ooh, thank you. And what do you have to say, Miss Marguerite? Marguerite, who is this? Porrete? I don't know. The mystic of divine love. Oh my, I feel that. Love is divine and I am nothing except love. Baby, feel that in your heart chakra. With that cross right there, baby, you done been through some things in love. Prayerfully, you done got some beautiful lessons out of it, right? That's what it's all about, right? That unconditional agape love may be one of the hardest lessons to go through. I don't know, beautiful soul. Let's see. Let's see, honey. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have Anan. Hold on. I got oil all over it. Wait a minute. All right. Anandamaya Ma the joy-permeated mother. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. Stay true. That's what I get. Stay true to yourself. Something about this earth energy as well in the background. Some of y'all may truly be an earth sign, and even coming off, if you didn't see yesterday's reading, I highly recommend you check it out, because honey, Khadijah is fierce in her earth energy. And I feel that it's coming through yet again. Also, if you don't know, I truly feel that that earth energy and the heart are very much so divinely connected. It's something about it. I mean, even about with the number 4 and, you know, the dimensions and all of this jazz. It's like, it really goes deep, and I don't want to spend all your time talking about it right here, right now. Maybe that'll be a video for another day. I don't know. But anyway, it's something about it, y'all. And I be telling y'all all the time, really like get into your heart chakra, but you got to stabilize and balance and ground yourself within your heart chakra through love. And, you know, go from there. Okay. You got to start there though. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's see here. Yeah. What do they have to say? What do these guys have to say? What do they want us to focus on? That's almost trying to peek through. I'll be interested to see. What do they have to say? Make it plain, please. Thank you. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Hold on, I gotta get those. They flew. Baby. Honey, they said this ain't plain enough. I don't know what to do. And I don't know what order they flew over there, but it really don't matter. I mean, we'll just take them in the numerical order, divine order, right? I don't know. Whew. Wow. That was a lot. That's a lot of energy. What did I just say about balancing and grounding yourself? And for discernment to be in the center of it all is like, that's your MVP. You got to rely on that. Getting into your heart chakra to really feel your way through. You know what I mean? This is around her heart, solar plexus. But, yeah. And even look how they're holding. I can't help but be drawn to the way that they're holding these two. I get this as the moon and this as the sun, which is like perfect because it's like balancing the light and dark, you know what I'm saying? The masculine and feminine. And wow, they're both 10s, y'all. Wee. Potentially ones to begin anew. And this path is talking about like that new journey. Check out, let's see, what day was it? The day before yesterday? Is that right? So, what day was that? 6, I want to say, I think. I don't know. Check out that reading, y'all. No, man. And I forgot to mention any of the numbers that I call out, especially, you know, as I read these, that may be important to you. And specifically, it may be talking about, you know, your life path number, the day you were born, or even the month you were born in. Okay. Or, you know, what I've been drawn to and what they've been calling me to focus on lately is the house number, right? So obviously, you know, anything past 30, 31, I get you can't, there's no way that you can be born on that date. But when you reduce that number, take that into consideration, okay? Same thing for your month or houses, right? It doesn't go past 12, obviously. I get that. When you reduce that number, what do you get? Okay, so there's something about that. And I got to slide these over just a little bit so you can see this moon in the path. Come on, don't. I probably should have left well enough alone, they said. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. I hope that works. I'm not about to mess with these. Y'all can see them just fine, yeah? So the bottom of the, ooh, and I saw this during shuffle. I was wondering if it was going to come out because I saw it a few times splitting the deck. So we got resilience. This is what this is teaching you. Whatever lesson this is, baby. And I feel like it's just learning yourself and loving yourself, right? Trusting yourself. Something about that. Look, that's trying to come. There's a new path, a spiritual path, and she done been on a journey. She done made it. I don't know. I feel like you done fought or are fighting to get to this new here. That's why them ones coming out heavy. Something about that. But you've had to learn to really, like I said, balance the masculine, feminine, the light and dark aspects. Something about that. But anyway, because I know this is going to be long enough, let me go ahead. Let me find these particular goddesses off camera because it might take a while. I don't want to take up too much time. And then we'll get to it. Hold on. All right, my beautiful people. So beginning with Marguerite Porete. I hope that's how you say her name. The mystic of divine love. Love is divine, and I am nothing except love. She begins on page 17 and goes through page 21, by the way. So any of those numbers in between. Another 19 is definitely in there. And look, and 21 with the resilience. So take it as it resonates. Who she is. Marguerite Porete is the essence of divine love and the truth that all we are is love. Marguerite was a French Beguine, I don't even know, Beguine, born in the mid-13th century. The Beguine movement was a spiritual revival among women in the late Middle Ages that emphasized an imitation of Christ's life. These Beguines, or holy women, lived together in monastic communities. They were not nuns. They didn't take formal vows and could leave at any point, but they lived with shared spiritual intention. Marguerite wrote a spiritual masterpiece titled The Mirror of Simple Souls. It reveals the spiritual process she went through to be transformed by divine love. Quote, I am God, says love. For love is God and God is love. And this soul is God by the condition of love. I love that. End quote. Well, end quote before I love that. I hope y'all follow that. Anyways. By 1306, the Bishop of Cambrai deemed her work heretical and condemned it to be burned in Porete's presence. That's a mess. I just, And I think I talked about, because was that on the day 6? I can't even remember now. But Pope Joan, I believe that was with her. Anyways, whichever day that was, it's a mess. Like history, the way that, I don't know, they tried to go from a matriarchal to patriarchal society. It's a mess. So, let's see, where was I? Even so, it continued to circulate widely throughout the Middle Ages, and in some ecclesiastical centers, it was embraced as an almost canonical piece of theology. Porete was ordered to stop circulating her book and to recant her ideas of God as love, but she refused. Why would you do that? What? Like, not why she refused, but I'm saying why would they try to make her recant her ideas of God as love? Marguerite was arrested as a relapsed heretic and a free spirit, which included the belief that humans could achieve union with the divine. The Catholic Church conducted an unprecedented trial to decide her fate. Like Joan of Arc. I'm telling you, I told you, I didn't even know they was going to say that. But like Joan of Arc, much of her life is recorded because of the transcripts of her lengthy trial. She maintained her truth that the soul has no other will but God's, and that when the soul is united with God's love, this state of union causes the soul to transcend the contradictions of this world. She suggested that we can be transformed by divine love into love itself, which isn't separate from God. That is powerful. That's truth. And that ultimately no outside source is needed in this transformation. It's between the soul and God alone. Amen to that. Marguerite was burned at the stake in 1310. The Mirror of Simple Souls continued to gain in popularity, but was distributed as an anonymous text until 1946, when Romana Guarnieri identified Latin manuscripts of the Mirror in the Vatican. Marguerite's name returned to the text when it was published for the first time in 1965, and that's sad. That's nearly 600 years later. Over 600 years later. You know what I'm saying? So, when your soul selects her card, there's nothing more powerful than remembering that we are love. And there's nothing and no one outside of us that is needed in order to realize this. It's between our experience of the divine and our own soul. We can let go of what we think we need to prove or who we think we need to be in order to receive love, because we remember that we are love. Then we can stand in that truth. even through flames. Marguerite is a courageous truth teller, and the truth of her experience is that love alone can free us, not the love of another might give us, not the love of family or of friends. All of this is powerful and significant, but the true source of love for us is in the fact that we are a soul, and that the soul is in union with the divine. Baby, I'm telling you. She reminds us when we've forgotten that love is the essence of who we are, and that true love is found within. Marguerite says, quote, "Love has no beginning, no end, and no limit, and I am nothing except love." That is powerful. That is powerful. Alpha and Omega. And I'm telling y'all, because what's coming to mind right now is Music Soul Child's love. So many things I got to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how. 'Cause there's a possibility that you'll look at me differently, love. And y'all, the word is, and I truly believe it wholeheartedly, but the word is, that was intended to be a Christian or a gospel song, not even just Christian, but a gospel song where love, God was interchanged for love. You know what I'm saying? I believe that. That is powerful. And just listen to the lyrics. Like, it makes sense. That's what, I mean, for them to put that on my heart, that's exactly what her story is about, her poem or her book, her work. Anyways, she reminds us when we've forgotten that love is the essence of who we are and that true love is found within. Marguerite says, "Love has no beginning, no end, and no limit, and I am nothing except love." This is a time to own and to know this truth more fully. It is the most profound and radical act we can ever take, knowing the love we already are. I'm telling you, self-love is the best love, and it's already internal. Internal and eternal, right? There's no beginning nor end. Alpha and Omega. All right. Soul Voice Meditation says, how can I feel the love that I am more deeply? And that's a question you need to ask yourself during meditation or journaling or whatever. You know what I mean? The intention, the affirmation is love is divine and I am nothing except love. Powerful. Thank you for that, Marguerite. I love it, baby. Moving on to Anandamayi Mai. I hope that's how you say her name. Amai. That's what I'm going to call her. The joy permeated mother. I am my own guru I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. Who she is. Amai represents the essence of the expansive joy that comes when we remember our true self. Nirmala Sundari, which means, quote, beautiful one in Bengali, was born in the 19th century in what is now Bangladesh. Her family questioned her mental stability because from an early age she was always found in bhavas, or ecstatic states of bliss. At 13, she was married to a man she would later name, I don't even know, y'all, Bolanath, and he supported her life as a mystic and saint. At 26, Nirmala enacted her own spiritual initiation. The ceremony and rites were spontaneously revealed to her from within. She explained, quote, as the master, I revealed the mantra. As the disciple, I accepted it and started to recite it, end quote. In the 1920s, she set up a Kali temple and devoted her life to spiritual practices. She began to be recognized as a living embodiment of the divine feminine and as the incarnation of Kali as divine love. Oh. Her first disciple named her Ama, which means joy-permeated mother, because her blissful states would inspire others to remember their innate path to joy. Her first ashram was built in 1929. Her profound spiritual teachings began to attract scholars, philosophers, artists, and other contemporary mystics like Paramahansa Yogananda. She refused to be called a guru, insisting that we are all ultimately one self. She loved all living creatures exactly the same, including herself. Ama gave the red thread to women for this reason, which was a sacred right of bestowing spiritual authority previously only given to men. So sad. Like I was just saying. So sad. I just heard, make them respect you. Dear feminine. Make them respect you. They're afraid. You know what I'm saying? People fear what they don't understand. And until people really realize that we all have both the masculine and feminine energies within us, you know, the God goddess energy within us, I don't know, just show them better than you can tell them. You know what I mean? The battle is not yours anyway, right? Just do what you've been sent to do. Okay. And sometimes that does mean taking the high road and doing the, you know, I'm hearing road less traveled, but doing what's most difficult, you know? I don't know. Anyway, when your soul selects her card, there's a passage in the autobiography of a yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda that relates an encounter he had with Ama. He asked her why she is always so filled with joy and can enter states of bliss instantly. She explains to him that she's aware of her true self. I love that. She knows that before she came to earth, she was the same. As a little girl, and later when she grew into a woman, still she was the same. And now, sitting in front of Yogananda, she remains the same. And even after death, she says, quote, though the dance of creation changes around me, I shall be the same. End quote. I love that. I love that. And that's where that earth energy creation is coming from, right? All around her. Wow. This is self-realization merging with that aspect within us that never changes. It's becoming conscious of the self that is eternal while, I'm telling you, Alpha and Omega, is eternal while within this brief mortal existence. Ama believed that the only true calling or purpose any of us have is to become realized. And so she believed that any action we take around that goal is sacred. That is powerful. I believe that. There's a deep, calm, abiding joy that arrives when we can merge with the aspect of us that never changes. That's the God. It's the God in me. That's exactly what that is. There's a bliss we get to experience every time we detach from the surface storms that cause chaos in our lives. If we can remember that we are the guru, that we are an aspect of the divine that remains the same no matter how much change surrounds us, then we get to arrive at a joy that lives at the core of our being. All right now, beautiful. So the soul voice meditation reads, what does joy feel like in my body? Have y'all truly felt the bliss? Feel it. Feel the vibration. I love that song. Anyway, intention. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. All right. All right. Now, let me get to, you got a lot. And you got a lot coming from the Queen of the Moon. But let's just start at the beginning, shall we? 8, waxing crescent, the path. The way is open for you. The path is illuminated. Begin the journey now. Respond and take action. We must be courageous and move forward. The affirmation with this is I am open and responsive to the opening of the way. When we accept where we are, acknowledge what needs to change to grow, and begin to love ourselves more completely, the direction of our lives begins to change. We often decide we want to follow a more authentic way for ourselves, and our desires become more aligned with the needs, wants, and values of our true selves. Ain't that what she said? Imagine we are lost in a dark forest and can hardly see. There is no visible path, and every way looks exactly the same. We feel burdened by shadows and are not sure we should even move because we are so paralyzed by fear and uncertainty. Mind you, this is on page 31, which is a 4, potentially. Then the sunshine somehow breaks through the clouds and leaf canopy, and there ahead is a path, illuminated in golden light. It is clear now, the direction we should head. The path is not only visible, but is inviting us forward, and so instead of just standing there, we can't wait to step on it and move forward. The path is lit, and now it is time to walk upon it. The companion stone or metal she advises is pyrite. All right. Moving on to 10, waxing gibbous. Waxing gibbous 1 to be exact. Discernment. Take care in your choices now. Look carefully and judge wisely. There may have been something difficult to see, something that has been obscured, but now it has been revealed to you. Examine it closely. The affirmation is, I take my time to be accurate and precise in my discernment. When you get some, oh, mind you, this is on page 35, which is potentially an 8, going back to that path. I don't know. Anyway, when you get some years on you, hopefully the time you spend moving and choosing upon this earth brings you some kind of wisdom, Some of that wisdom will be bred of hindsight and perspective. All of us, if we are engaged in life, make good decisions and poor ones. Sometimes we make spectacularly bad ones. All of us get hurt others, learn, forget, fall over again, get up. But hopefully we grow, and that's italicized, grow, okay? We change. We are able to spot where our sore points are and fix them if we so choose. We are able to take a good long look at what is painfully recurring in our lives and dealing with it. Yes, baby, deal. That's what it say, 22 on the clock, as I said that, or timer, whatever. The secret here is discernment, real discernment, really making it a priority to take time to ensure acuteness of judgment, really looking at the fine print before you buy. Instead of taking things on face value or rushing into surface judgments, take your sweet time to form friendships and business relationships. Put your energy output into perspective, looking at evidence instead of only just believing. Feel and act. That didn't the path just talk about taking action? But act is italicized when you are being trodden upon or having your back. That's that resilience. Let me read this sentence again. Feel and act when you are being trodden upon or having your boundaries overstepped or when something doesn't quite feel kosher. Ask clarifying questions and really listen to the answers offered. Then act on the reality. That is growth. That is real pattern busting. That is the gathering of wisdom. Note. Waxing gibbous moons. This is the first of the waxing gibbous moons. The overall themes of this part of the moon cycle are action and will. All right, the companion stone or metal that she advises is yellow jasper. And this ends on 36, which is potentially a 9. So, moving on to 19. The waning gibbous 3, which is on page, wow, 53. That's why they all came out like that. That's mirroring energy and images of this 35. You know, I told you discernment was on 35. Both potentially 8s. Wrapping it back up with this path. But the thing I'm getting to is I told y'all something about balancing the light and dark, the masculine and feminine energies anyway. And the fact that they are reflective in the sense of the moon itself, because this is the waxing gibbous 1 and this is the waning gibbous 1. Or excuse me, 3. Sorry. But look at the sliver. It's like, I mean, they're reflective. Oh man. Anyway, it's something about that. So balance. Seek balance. Extremes of anything are rarely healthy or useful. There may be an overreaction that has caused the issue. Ground yourself and allow your strength to rise from there. Be aware of where the imbalances in your life are at present. The affirmation says, I seek and maintain healthy balance in my life. Working with the lunar cycle on a regular basis helps us actually experience the flow and balance of nature. The moon shows us the gradual and peaceful process of waxing and waning and the phases of perfect balance within. Our bodies, our minds, and our human spirit seek balance. Yet perfect balance is almost impossible to achieve. Think on this. If we try to stand on one leg and balance ourselves, no matter how good at balancing on one leg we may be, it is kind of a dance, is it not? That is true. The large and small muscles in our legs adjust to keep us upright, always moving, never perfectly still. The rest of our body is also performing a myriad of adjustments. A little to the right here in one moment, a little to the center there. The point is that balance is a process, something we can actively seek if we are wise. Wow, there's something about being active and actively seeking, putting something into action and wisdom, okay? We need to know when we are unbalanced so we can return to homeostasis. It is useful to know where our imbalances lie and to make a decision about moving forward as a more balanced version. Self-reflection, I'm telling you, I told y'all something about reflection. Self-reflection helps identify this. When we are, quote, too, end quote, something, like TOO, okay? Like too much of something, right? So when we are too something, working too long, thinking too fast, eating too much, that's all in parentheses, okay? We need to be honest with ourselves so we can identify this quite easily. Allowing ourselves a more considered and balanced view invites a true peacefulness into our lives, something that many people crave in this incredibly busy and chaotic world. Balance allows us to understand that, quote, overwhelm, end quote, isn't a place we want to visit. let alone set up home in. So the companion stone or metal is bloodstone, and bloodstone is very much so beneficial for, you know, feeling overworked, but it will help you in your creative endeavors. Okay, utilize that, and also will keep you help obviously with the balance, which is why I'm sure she recommended it. So moving on to resilience. All right. 21. Waning Gibbous 5. Resilience. That may be a little more of that reflection of the discernment too. I don't know. But anyways, resilience. Making mistakes builds resilience. I have learned my lesson from the mistakes I have made. I stand strong. I am an adult and I act with self-responsibility. The affirmation is, I am strong and resilient. As we stretch and expand towards our intentions, we will most likely meet resistance or, wait for it, make mistakes or fall altogether. This is where resilience, confidence, and our inner will come into play. We might ask ourselves, how much do we really want what we are going for? Does what we want align with our needs and values? Are we really devoted to having it? Do we think we are enough? Do we have the strength to keep going? While all of us at some time have to go through periods of imbalance and difficulty, even of suffering, it is important we learn to grow and rely on our resilience. This is true power from the inside out. Building our reserves of resilience, this ability to stand strong and bounce back, is something that has its heart wisdom. I'm telling y'all, it's something about that wisdom. But you learn that through lessons, right? Through tests, through trials and tribulations. I don't know. But anyway, let me go back. Building our reserves of resilience, this ability to stand strong and bounce back, is something that has at its heart wisdom and learning taken from experience. Having resilience allows us the solidity and yet the freedom to grow and to take that leap to the next level. That's what they're trying to say. It also and always allows us to reach higher with the stability that makes things less risky and allows us to create with a bit more pleasure. Remember, mistakes are simply information gathering. I'm telling y'all, turn them they lessons for blessings, man. That's it. That's what she say. Remember, mistakes are simply information gathering. That's it. The less drama and guilt and shame you attach to them, the better. The experience of failure or mistakes is simply one of learning. That is all. Telling you. As we move around the lunar cycle and in life, we can see how things may have occurred before and that we have experience in how to handle them. Even if we don't have direct experience, we can build resilience as an insurance policy against being devastated by the opinions of others. I like that. While someone might say something nasty about us, While someone might say something nasty about us, when we compare this to what we know to be true about ourselves, it truly is no great hurt and really just a piece of information gathering. Yeah, it tells you more about them than yourself, right? Anyways, companion stone or metal that she recommends is azurite. All right. That is what I have for you, my beautiful soul. I pray that it resonates. Remember, and that's from both of these beautiful energies. And like I said, check out day 6. That's the overall energy that I'm gathering, is that they had to they're teaching you to build resilience, right? That's the lesson they done went through, especially like I told you, Khadijah and especially Pope Joan. They've gone through so much, right? But it's built, the lessons and the tests and the trials and tribulations that I was talking about is to help them build resilience. This is your overall underall energy. Build a thick skin is what I just heard. You know what I mean? So you can make it through. So you don't give up at the first no, or whatever, the first rejection, or, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that you may deem negative or bad. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Nah, it ain't, you can do what you want, but the advice is not to look at it that way. Okay. Anyway, this has been long enough. I know. So I'm going to let you go. If it resonates, you know what to do. I pray. Comment your testimonies down below for those of you who are new. All of you really, but I'm just saying, when I say you know what to do, for those of you who are new, that's what that means. Comment your testimonies down below, because you never ever know how this may help someone grow, especially and including yourself. Okay. And if someone comes to mind, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're joining me for another day, I'll see you there. If not, please take care. I love you and I thank you for your time and attention and the love. Until the next one, don't forget your love and light because it truly makes everything all right. All right now, 3133, deuces.